Hi, this is Maddie from Stride and Edge. Today's class is going to be a shoulder therapy class, so we're really going to work into those shoulders. We're going to open them, we're going to stretch them, but we're also going to strengthen them as well. So today's class, we're actually going to use a yoga strap. So if you don't have a yoga strap, that's absolutely fine. You can just use a little hand towel or maybe a belt. So if you want to pause the video now to go and grab something, that's fine. And also, if you know that you use blocks in your practice, you can grab those as well. Hope you enjoy the class. So as we're sat in a comfortable seated position, we'll take a hold of the strap, a little further distance from shoulder distance apart. And from here, we're going to inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Notice how you're pulling against the strap and creating a little bit of tension. And as we exhale, we're going to take those arms all the way back behind us. You may notice now that you might want to open your arms out a little bit more, just so we can take those arms all the way back behind us. And then our next inhale, we lift the arms all the way back up. Exhale, bring the hands back down. If you want, you can take the hands a little bit closer. Inhaling, the arms come up. And exhale, the arms come all the way back behind. So we're just nice and slowly opening up those arms. Opening up those shoulders. Again, you can move your hands a little closer together. It shouldn't be too painful. But we should be getting into all those nice juicy parts. Do a few more like this. And then your next inhale, when we come up towards the center, we're going to put a little bit more tension down on the right hand and take them over towards the right. And then inhale back to center. And then take it over towards the left. And again, inhale back to center. Exhale to the right. You may notice one feels nicer than the other. Inhale back to center. Exhale to the left. Inhale back to center. And we'll do one straight one all the way back behind us. Inhale, opening up the chest. And exhale, bring all the way round in front. Nice. And then we'll put the strap to the side. We're not going to be needing that anymore. And then from here, we'll take our feet out in front of us, planting them down on the mat, hip distance apart, parallel to each other. And we'll take our hands just behind our hips. And pushing into our feet and our hands, we're going to lift our hips up. See if we can create this nice flat tabletop. This is a reverse tabletop. Making sure we're not dipping our hips. Feeling like we're balancing a glass of water on our belly. And again, noticing how we're opening up our shoulders. And then from here, I just want you to rock forwards and backwards. So we're warming up the wrist joints and we're opening up the shoulders here. Keeping that breath going. Just a few more rocks forwards and backwards. And then on our next exhale, we'll lower the hips back down. Cross our feet over at the ankles, rolling over the feet, planting the hands, and coming to a neutral tabletop this time. So our hands underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath our hips. We're going to do a cat-cow, so we'll drop the belly, lift the chest. And exhale, round the spine. Just two more like that. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the chest, broadening up through the collarbone. And exhale, rounding the spine, pushing the hands into the mat. Again, inhale, drop the belly. And exhale to round. Coming back to a neutral tabletop, we're going to do some scapular push-ups here. So we want to keep our arms straight, so they're not going to bend. But we're just going to sink our chest down in between our shoulders. And then pushing through the hands and opening up the upper back. So rounding that upper back and pushing out the scapulas. And again, we inhale, drop the chest down so those arms are straight. Exhale, pushing the shoulder blades away from each other. And then we'll do a few more like this, a little bit quicker. Exhale, inhale, push. Dropping down, pushing back up. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, drop. Exhale, push away. 3 more. Inhale, drop. Exhale, push away. Just building a little bit of heat. You can go a little faster if you want. Just starting to build a little bit more strength in between those shoulder blades. And then from here, we'll come back to a neutral tabletop. We're going to inhale, the right arm is going to open up towards the right, lifting it up towards the ceiling or the sky. And then as we exhale, we bring that right hand all the way through, threading it underneath us, and we'll come onto the outside of the right shoulder. And we can bring the right side of our head down towards the mat. Using our left hand to push into the mat to open up that upper back and stretching on the outside of that shoulder. Again, we can take that left hand up towards the top of the mat. We can come onto our fingertips, so we bridge up onto our hand, and that will just encourage that twist a little bit more in the upper back. Inhaling here into this twist. Exhale as we settle down. Our next inhale, we'll plant the hand in front of us, pushing it down to open up with the right hand. And then exhale, bring the hand back down. Other side, we inhale, the left arm comes up. Exhale, threading it through underneath us, coming onto the outside of that shoulder blade and bringing that left hand side of the face down towards the mat. We'll use our right hand this time to push into the mat to open up that upper back. And we can take that right hand towards the top of the mat again on those fingertips. So we're rolling onto the outside of that shoulder. Inhaling here. Exhale as we settle down. And then with our next inhale, we'll plant the hand in front of the face, pushing up and opening up with the left hand. And exhale, bringing the hand back down. Nice. And then from here, keeping our hips just over the top of our knees, so we're not going to move our legs. We're going to walk those hands just a little bit further in front towards the top of the mat. I want you to keep an engaged puppy dog pose here. So we're going to squeeze the core up. So we're not rounding the back, we're hollowing it underneath. So you're squeezing the navel towards the spine. And then even keeping the pressure into the hands, we'll just see if we can drop that chest down and that forehead down towards the mat. So again, still thinking that you're squeezing that navel in towards the spine and you're pushing the hands into the mat. And that's just going to strengthen up those shoulders a little bit more. And opening up. We'll have one more breath in this active puppy dog pose. And if you can stay here if you like, or if you want to come to a more passive puppy dog pose, we can then tuck the tailbone up and let the chest come down towards the mat. And that's just going to open up those shoulders even more. Again, we're keeping our hips just directly above our knees. And breathing into the stretch. Opening up the shoulders and the chest. And then to come out of it, we're going to tuck the tailbone under to engage the core. And then walk the hands back underneath our shoulders. So we're in a tabletop position. Nice. And then from here, we're going to tuck the back toes under. Lift the hips up and back to downward dog. Our first downward dog. Start to walk the feet out. And then from here, we're going to walk our feet towards the top of the mat. And as we get towards the top of the mat, just relaxing that upper body over the legs, hanging there, swaying side to side, releasing the head. And then in your own time, nice and slowly rolling up to standing. Head comes up last. And then as we get to the top, we're going to roll our shoulders all the way up to our ears. And then take them all the way back behind us. So we're squeezing the shoulder blades together, palms facing forwards. Inhale here into Tadasana. Stay as we exhale. We inhale, the arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And then exhale, plant the hands, step the right leg back only. Dropping the back knee down. We're going to inhale, the arms come up overhead. And then exhale, we're taking the hands behind the back, interlacing them behind us. And then we inhale, open the chest up stretching those shoulders. And then as we exhale, we release the hands, planting them outside the left foot, stepping back to high plank. Inhaling in high plank. Exhale, chaturanga, halfway down or on all the way down onto the belly. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling here. Exhale, bend the knees, look forwards. We'll step up towards the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up to standing. Arms come up overhead. Exhale, diving straight back down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left leg back, drop the back knee down. We inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. And then as we exhale, we can shift out a little bit and then interlace those hands behind the back. Again, we inhale, lift the chest up, and see if we can take those hands just a little bit away from the lower back or from the butt. And then as we exhale, releasing the hands, planting them, framing that front foot, stepping back through our chaturanga, halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale together in downward dog. Exhale, bend the knees, make your way to the top. We inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rolling up to standing. Arms come up. And exhale, palms at the chest. Do one more round. We inhale, the arms come up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right leg back. But this time, you can drop the back knee or we keep it lifted. We inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, interlace the hands behind the back. Again, we inhale, lift the chest up. See if we can take those hands away from the body. And then as we exhale, we frame that front foot, stepping back through our vinyasa. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. We inhale here together. Exhale, bend the knees, look to the top of the mat. Make our way to the top of the mat and we inhale as we get there. Exhale to fold. Inhale, rolling up to standing. Arms come up overhead. And exhale, diving straight back down for the other side. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the left leg back. You can drop the back knee if you like, or we keep it lifted as we inhale, lift the arms up overhead. Exhale, take the hands behind the back, interlacing. We inhale, lifting the chest up, taking those hands away from the body. And exhale, framing the front foot, stepping back through our chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog or cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Nice, we inhale here together. And we're going to stay as we exhale. From here, we're going to inhale, shift forwards, high plank. And then in high plank, we're going to lower down onto our forearms. Take one forearm down and the other forearm down. So we're now in low plank. You can interlace the hands if you'd like. But we just really want to focus on squeezing that core. We're not dropping the hips when they're not too high. We're nice and horizontal. From here, we're going to inhale, lift the right leg so it floats a couple of inches off the mat. Exhale, bring that knee to the outside of that left tricep. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhale, back. Two more. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, lengthen, and then plant the foot back down. Other side. Inhale, lift the left. Exhale, knee to the left tricep. Inhale, back out. Exhale, knee to tricep. Inhale, lengthening back out. Exhale for 3. Inhale, back out. Exhale, 4.
Inhale, back out. Last one, exhale, 5. Inhale, lengthen back out. Exhale, plant the foot back down. We're not dropping the knees yet, still in this low plank. We're going to do 5 lifts into dolphin. So we inhale, lift the hips up and take those shoulders back. So we're like looking underneath towards our belly button. And then as we inhale, we come back up, low plank. Exhale, lift the hips up high, looking underneath. Inhale, back out for 2. Exhale, squeezing up. Inhale, lowering back down, 3. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, and this will be the last one. We exhale, squeezing up. And then this time I want you to walk your feet a little bit closer towards your elbows. So we're coming into full dolphin pose. I want you to see how far you can get your head away from the ground. So you want to push into those shoulders to create a little bit more room between the mat and your head. You can maybe walk your feet up a little bit closer towards your elbows. Your shoulders might start to be burning now. Mine definitely are. A few more breaths here. Focusing on the breath. And then on our next exhale, we'll bring the knees back down. And then, like we did at the beginning of the class, we'll come to puppy dog pose. So our hips are over our knees, and we'll walk those hands straight out in front. You can choose if you want to do a passive or an active puppy dog pose. I'm going to do a passive one just to relax into opening up the shoulders after all that nice hard work we did. A few more breaths here. And then to come out again, we tuck the tailbone under, walk the hands underneath the shoulders. And from here, we're going to come all the way down onto our belly. Starting to relax now. We're going to take our arms all the way out wide. So we're creating this T position with our body. And then rolling over to open up towards the left. So we're rolling onto the right shoulder. We're going to open up. And we can bend our left leg and plant it just behind us. And we can open up with our left hand and take it up towards the ceiling. If you want, you can bring your head down towards the mat. So we're just opening up that right shoulder. And also we're opening our chest here. Inhaling here. If it feels nice, you can bring this hand down behind you. Just breathing into the stretch. Really focusing on where you're sending the breath. It can be quite nice to close your eyes here as well. One more breath here. And then our next inhale, we're going to roll all the way back onto our belly. Taking the left arm straight outside, reaching out of the body. And then rolling over towards the left. So opening up our right arm up towards the ceiling. And that right leg can just plant behind us. Inhaling here. Opening up that chest, opening up that shoulder. Again, you can take that right hand behind us if that feels nice. You're breathing into the stretch. You might notice that your breathing feels a little restricted in this pose. So it just takes a little bit more conscious effort. Focusing on that inhale. I'll take one more breath here. And then nice and slowly rolling back onto our belly. And then from here we're going to roll all the way onto our backs. We're going to do a full body stretch to take those arms all the way back behind us. And then exhale, bring your knees into your chest, squeezing it in. And then we'll rock up and down the spine, massaging each vertebrae until we come to a comfortable seated position at the top of the mat. We'll bring our palms to our chest, bowing our head down towards our fingers. You can close your eyes. Inhaling together, and then opening the mouth as we exhale.
Thank you very much for doing this practice with me. Namaste.